It is that time again. How's everybody doing? It is December 23rd. I'm Joseph here in California on the Pacific West Coast. It's just after 11 p.m. So the day is coming to a close. I hope everybody's doing well. And before I venture any further, I always like to start with wake up, stand up, and speak up if you haven't begun to do so already. Let me make sure I'm all over the place. And it does appear that I am connected, although I get that no data. Excellent condition now. Okay. So yeah, speak up about everything, about your life, your right to life. Let me check. Make sure the desktop audio is not too loud. Okay, I'm getting distracted. So if you're here, you click the link. COVID and stimulus, right? That's why you clicked. You're curious. What about after the Great Reset? Well, will there be a COVID? I'm not going to spend too long on this. I definitely plan to talk about other things. But since I put it in the title, I think the Great Reset is, if it were to be fully implemented in the way that these lost souls who are presenting it to the masses, this new world, obviously there's not going to be any COVID. There's going to be far less disease. How, why? Well, There's a number of factors, but I see a reduction in the population because that's a big factor in this equation of these lost souls. So with fewer people, there's fewer possibilities for transmission, passing anything from one to the next. If you have less people, that's clearly a plus if that's the plan. I know it sounds insane, but you got to put your mindset into where these people are if you're ever gonna have a any inclination of what's going on. So you have fewer people. Right now, what's taking place is that there's a system that's being put into place to monitor each and every one of you, tracking on a very intimate level. I say intimate because you're going to be having to be tested. So a part of you has to be taken to be tested. And from what is taken, a lot can be discovered. So clearly you can catch stuff a lot sooner if everything is monitored on that level. Now, I'm not here as a proponent of any of what I am saying. I'm just sharing what I feel is kind of obvious. I mean, sure, these people are crazy, but they're not mad. So yeah, as far as COVID, after any reset of the magnitude that these people see, I don't see COVID. I already feel that COVID is a designed it's a weapon with intent. It's programmed and controlled, and once it's done its job. Anyway, I don't see COVID in this future great reset. Neither do I see stimulus payments, good times for all those people that are really looking forward to this recovery stimulus. I don't see any of that after a great reset. Again, you have to remember there's far fewer people. I mean, this is how close we are to this possibility of a new world, this great reset. It's not like it takes incredible things still to come out of the mind. Everything that is needed is here right now, in motion. I mean, there's a virus out there right now. And when I am I'm aware that I live in a world where one cannot talk about this virus. I'm not supposed to talk about the virus. They don't want anybody talking about this virus, sharing their opinions or just anything, unless you're an approved doctor. And when I say approved, I mean by these group of people who have empowered themselves with the authority to choose who says you can converse on the topic. And the virus isn't the only topic. There's so many things that are being censored right now. Right now. You're being told you cannot talk about some certain things. You know what? Screw that. Why? Because I should be able to talk about any and everything. Whoever growing up ever thought other, here in this country anyway, any and everything within reason. I'm not an unreasonable person. I'm not talking about hurting people, causing conflicts, anything like that. Nobody should be. All I want is understanding. And this is what I'm seeing. This is what I think. I should be able to have the right to share that and talk about that. And all these social media, they all are publishers. They say they're not because they want to get that tax cut. Loopholes, millions and millions of dollars in their pockets instead of the people's pockets, the government. What kind of world is this that we allow for this? It's just, I mean, it's money. It's all about money. Everything is money. More money, the better, right? You know it. That's a sad, to me, that's not an accomplished world. And the thing that's hard for me is in saying that is that I saw so much more. My days here, growing up, becoming who I am, I saw humanity as so much more. I, along with so many others, are being rudely awakened. Because the reality of it all right now, in this moment, this now, is a very cold one, hard, in your face, very intimate. I'm still, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to get up here. And I think focus, because there's just so much craziness. It's just rampaging across the nation, across the world. Where do you begin? Where do you start? Great Reset. China is looking for it. Why would China's got a lot of people. They got a lot of people in China. That's the kind of a nation that would definitely be pondering such ideas as a great reset. The great reset. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? So sorry. That's it. It's just a strange time. I feel so much peace inside, so much understanding inside. Then on the other hand, there's the external world around me and everything that's taking place in it, and I'm at the complete opposite end of the peace. Politicians. I think each and every single one of them, Republicans to Democrats, there needs to be, if you want to do a reset, yeah, we could do a reset right now, and it should be another vote. Let's just do a whole new vote, complete new vote, not just for the president, everybody. Republicans, Democrats, because they all need to go. They've had a year, almost a year, to figure this out. What I'm witness to, seeing, is not that complicated. Now, when you go crazy on it and put stipulations and guidelines based on what? The data clearly shows that people die every day, every year. The flu comes and the flu goes. There hasn't been this surge. There hasn't been this wave of doom. Not by the virus itself. The doom has come by the poor decision making, the crazy decision making. My mind is flashing back to early on when we had all the rioting and tearing down statues and burning buildings and killing people and hurting people and just bringing us down. And at the same time, you have the Democratic Party, and I can say that because I as a witness heard various Democratic leaders during that time encouraging it in so many words. What we need, part of this great reset, right? You know, something that we, the people, don't know. So I feel like that, and I imagine that there's a lot of other people out there that feel the same way. Your guys' behavior, because I'm seeing decision making that's just the worst. I'm seeing just the total dismissal of law and order. Those are like two of the biggest things that drive this country. Without them, well, you get what we've had this past year. Which is only going to get worse if the people don't wake up, stand up, and speak up. Right now. It's not a joke. The stimulus. I think I touched on this last night. I see that the president hasn't signed this new latest bill that helps you, the American people, through this trying time. He hasn't signed it. President has said that he wants the amount of the money that is being handed out to the people to be more. Which right now in this day and age, I concur. It probably should be a lot more. I feel like the public, the American people have been robbed of so much over decades of its existence. I mean, this latest bill wants to give out all this money to all these other countries, and I'm just like, how is this a bill that helps the American people? It's amazing. All these politicians, they tell you to don't do the thing. You can't celebrate Christmas, really. They don't want you hanging out with each other. And all the things that they've done over the months, all the various holidays that were not really holidays, and yet while they're telling you to do that, they're not doing what they're telling you the whole time. And it's not like you can go ahead and do it, because there are people that do it and then they get arrested. They get fined. It's like, but there's no fair. It's supposed to be fair and equal, and that's that just has no part. Not anymore. Again, no law and order. This country's being taken over. It is, and the people are letting it happen. They're all in a daze waiting for stimulus money, which will be gone instantly for most. But hey, for a moment, it gets your minds off of the politicians. Hey, they gave me my money. Even if it's $600, whatever amount it is. You're busy with that, tending to your needs, and meanwhile they can continue with this plan. I think I'm gonna switch gears, and there. I can never remember what the time is on the stream. I'm gonna switch gears. Yeah. It's heavy, everything that's going on, and I understand that people don't want to think about it. It's easier to not think about it. What can you do to change any of it? Doesn't it seem like that more and more? These things are kind of becoming out of your power, say, just the simple things that you've grown very fond of. You've had an entire lifetime to use them, and now they're gone. I did want to say that before I do these streams, I'm gonna talk about the music. Some in this stream, and intelligence. There's a lot going on right now in the world. Always is, always has been, always will be. Things you can't see, we can't see. Things we'll never see. Yet they're happening. We are clearly at the end of an era, say, an age. You could call it a great reset. You can call it a new world. A new world. You can see it as the apocalypse, the end. This system that we have, it just can't go on. It does not work for all. Now, maybe we just need to get it out and done with and make a determination. Is that what this world wants? Does this world want to help all or not? Those are the only two choices. Part of me is a little nervous, apprehensive to even put it to that, because I feel like there's a great number of people that will say, not what I'm hoping to hear. Everyone. Everything. That's the intelligent thing to do. Cover your bases. But people, though, they don't want to think like that. They want to enjoy what they have and leave it be at that. You can't change the world, right? Can't change the world for everybody, but you can if you stopped looking to change the world in its entirety. I think a lot of people, most people, if they are have that thought put before them, changing the world, they think of doing it in one breath, so to speak. Just wave that wand, and that's not going to happen. So they give up. You know, they don't go any further in that thought that they could play a part in changing the world for all. So, intelligence and the music. I think of the music and this intelligence as, at least for me, a very personal and subtle way of communicating. I'm looking outside the box. That's where I am as an observer. And so the limitations that are observed within the box are not those that are observed outside the box. So I can see communication on endless levels. I may not know them all, see them all, hear them all, but they're there, waiting to be discovered. The music, I say it's personal because it's private. It's between just you. You alone. Nobody is reading your mind. Unless you're out there talking about it, doing a play-by-play account, giving a play-by-play account. It's very, very personal. I say it's subtle because it's in the silence of your mind. It's in that moment. It's silent in your mind, right? I mean, there's nothing physically making sound in my mind when I'm thinking thoughts. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit lost in that thought. Intelligence. I talk a lot about intelligence, and that there is an intelligence here. It's always been here. I think for many, they can deal with that and accept that. God, I think, is the go-to, the easy one for many to recognize as an intelligence that's here. It's always here. Although I've pointed out some notes to think about as far as theology of religion goes in previous streams in this Great Reset series of vids that I've been doing. God. I think that's for me. I connect. I don't. My mind's not in this war, this tug of war with what am I saying when I say that? God is God. God is everything. It's all knowledge, the most intelligent of intelligence. It's endless, eternal, has no end, no beginning. And I feel that there are numbers of people on this world right now who are about to take a step into this new way of thought. Soon. I can see that. Not everybody. Everybody's not ready. Many aren't even interested. They're concerned with life, surviving another day. Many are waiting for somebody else. I think kind of when I think of the Bible, sometimes I kind of wonder, did they have a faux pas when Jesus comes onto the scene? And don't get me wrong here, especially Christmas is like, or what many designate as Christmas, is just days away. What I'm saying is that when Jesus comes onto the scene, onto the stage, the world stage, and plays this part, the audience is left with this notion that this person who is the Son of God, is God, is coming back. And so you have all the people waiting. The people are waiting for something that's already here. It never goes anywhere. There's nowhere else to go but here. Here is everywhere. Easier said than accomplished. This intelligence, my beard keeps getting caught on that mic. This intelligence and the music. For me, it helps to remind me, especially when I'm having a moment of doubt, to pop some music on and listen to what plays. Randomly plays. That's the key. You can't put on what you want to hear. No, I mean, you can listen to whatever you want. But if you're going to listen to the music with this idea that there's an intelligence behind it, or able to tune into it, manipulate it in such a way that the music that plays to you clearly is a conversation. I think it teaches one to probe, to search deeper, at least in the beginning, because that's when one has the most doubt about this. But once, the more you do it, with this idea of there is intelligence There's intelligence here. I don't want to get into, is it good intelligence, is it bad intelligence. That's something for each and every one of us to come to personally, I think. I've learned, and it's been a ride to get to where I am right now. Comfortable. Whenever I listen to the music with intent, the precept that there is this intelligence gone. Just keep it simple. And listen to the music random. Just listen random. Again, it reminds me to not give up. It reminds me of how amazing this all is. It's a wild ride. Crazy journey. So before I do these streams, I will listen to 10 random songs. And listen to each and every one of them from the beginning to the end. And I do so with the premise that there is a pseudo conversation taking place, all mentally. Because as the songs play, I'm thinking about the words, the lyrics, and the music, and the feelings that all of it invokes within me. So I play 10, and I've been posting them, the 10 songs. I post them, links to like a YouTube video of the 10 on my YouTube or on my Facebook page. So I can't do that here, and I can't play these songs, but I will show just the first 3 that played. There's number 1, Bridged by a Light Wave. It's the radio edit. Next was Soul Doors, 2002. That's the group. 2-2. My birthday is February 2nd, 2-2. And then the Waltons thing, which that one kind of surprised me that one popped up. That was number 3. That was awesome. I love the Waltons. Virginia has always long been a destination that I've had in mind to go to see the Waltons place. Well, it's the home that the real family lived in. Anyways, I'm getting a little distracted there. So the music, again, it helps me when I do these streams to play 10 songs, random songs, and when I do so, the avions galore just farted. I got a comment, and I can actually, I'm here and I see it pop up on the live chat. How's it going? Well, I guess you're rising. And it's amazing sometimes. Well, all the time, some of the comments that people will put up on on anywhere. YouTube, Facebook. I've never Twittered. Yeah. I'm telling you, the music, this intelligence is here. It's here right now. It's always here. It can't be anywhere but here. It would be rude of us to expect anything less than what is, which is that this intelligence, at least the intelligence I am referring to, is here right now. It's always here. It's been here since before man was here to comprehend being here. And it will be here long after man. Man, this isn't the end of the road. Man is not the end of the road. We're just a piece of something bigger. Teeny, eeny, weeny little piece. This intelligence. God. I call it God because it's easy. It's easy to say that, and people hear me say that, and they don't wonder, what is this guy talking about? He's saying God, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I may say a lot of things that people would say that, well, I don't know what God he's talking about. Well, you know what? There is no God that anybody can say anybody knows about. It's all faith. I don't see anybody holding hands with the divine one, or you know what I'm saying. This intelligence is, it's just so crazy right now, because there's just so many possibilities that are being projected out there. You got the ancient aliens. You have all that. Do you think that aliens were here before? I don't. Not in the way that people think. I just don't. I mean, I'm very educated. Well, I'm somewhat educated as far as I've seen many ancient aliens episodes. I haven't watched it for a few years, but I bought the first few years on DVD, so I know that whole history. I have books, a few books, and I've read those, and I have been entertained with the possibility. And thought, yeah, okay, aliens were here. But I don't see them here. Not in the way that I think a lot of people see them, like they were building pyramids or doing whatever. I think it's no different than right now. This moment right now, this intelligence is here. And just as it was here back then, it's always been here, but it's not doing anything. I mean, I'm not seeing mass landings of UFOs. I'm not seeing governments coming forward any government coming forward with anything that would just blow your mind. Just earth-shattering. Have you? Are you? No. Because it's not what people think. I don't think it's what people think. There's nobody, or aliens are not landing. They're not coming here and just raising the awareness and giving us technology and And I don't think they did it 1,000, 2,000 years ago. 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I can't explain how some of the things that are there, but just because I can't explain them doesn't mean that it was something otherworldly. It just means that these people, I think because they were not in a world with 7 billion people, or even millions and millions and millions of people, and that were not connected to each other, city to city, not like it is today. They weren't cluttered. Their mind was not cluttered. The psyche of the mind, the human mind, 5,000 years ago was nothing like it is right now. So I see that mind as being able to see things a little differently, look at the world a little differently, come up with ingenious ideas and ways of creating something with the best of what they had to utilize. I think it's amazing myself. But, I'm not downing on all the people that believe that, aliens were here. Because I was in that boat very, very assuredly. I felt safe and secure with where I was. Made sense. Again, everything's always changing, and you learn more, and you take away some. You realize some of it is just it's corrupt data that has no meaning, and so it's always changing. And right now, I can say that I kind of don't see aliens physically coming and doing anything. I think everything that's taking place in this world is natural, other than of late where you have man putting his nose where it shouldn't be. I do think that we are on a path. Life is a path. All life. And we are at the end. At the end of an era. A change is coming. Is happening. It's already, clearly it's happening. I mean, we're all just kind of taken back by what's happening. Most are, I guess. China is apparently everything's all good over there. They're back to normal. Yet the rest of the world, good parts of the world, seem to be having problems. Can't contain this virus. It's a plan. It's just a plan. The president needs to, I don't know. It's everything needs to just go for broke. Because if not, then what's the point? another hour is coming to a close. I could just go and go and go. I'm trying to temper myself and stay consistent. In an hour, I'm not saying I'm going to stop the play button right just at this moment, but it's coming. I have been streaming every night here for the last few nights. Well, I don't know if this, I think I've done 4 or 5 of these. One night I did not stream, kind of to catch back up, catch my breath. And I may do that. Take 1 or 2 nights and not stream. At least one. We'll see. I think big things are coming. Well, they already are coming. I can't stop thinking about this stimulus package and these politicians. I mean, everybody's, I think a good number are already just in a daze, I think, just so confused over what's happening and then all the ramifications of having to wear the mask and worried you're going to get this virus and then having to keep distance from everybody. And it's Christmas, it's the holidays. People have less than they are used to having. Some don't even have anything they used to have before this all started. And these politicians have been taking, I mean, they gave a stimulus package, an initial stimulus package, which was questionable even back then when that one was done. And they did so with intent to do another one, even talks of possibly even a third. But here we are almost, I mean, all these months, many months later, and they come out, they can't, they don't care. They just don't care. I don't care what anybody says on this particular point. They don't care. Because if they cared, they would have done something already. They use the people. They violate the people, I feel, by doing such things the way they do. Holding the people against what should be done. And then they just give all this money to all these others out there. And it's Christmas. You think that they would have been done had something already, to make people feel good about themselves again, especially during this time. But no, it just seems like they just want to totally F you any and every way they can. This is one big mind F. They're all having a sweet Christmas. I mean, I've been seeing videos from time to time of the various politicians saying one thing and doing another, celebrating in groups of family and friends, vacationing, getting their hair done. Everybody should be standing in the streets. Everybody. Every citizen. Every one of them. And demanding no more. You're not going to do it anymore. You're not going to lie to us. You're not going to steal from us. Clearly, I mean, come on. I was listening to Alex Jones earlier, and I think it was today, and maybe yesterday, that AOC wasn't on board this stimulus package, but then she changed once she saw that she was going to get a raise. They gave themselves a raise. Oh yeah, I'm on board for that. Yeah, I'll sign now. It's all about the money. Mo money. I'm thinking about this person who said I just farted. That sounds something like something a friend of mine would say. He would just say stuff like that. I could just, if they were online right now, they would pop in and say something like that. That's not them, though. I don't know where they're at. They're an alcoholic. They drink, and they're homeless. I keep trying to get them, help them the best that I can, but it ultimately comes down to the person has to want the help. They drank themselves so much that both legs are gone. He just had the second one. Just lost it a month or two ago. And he's out there on the streets. A lot of people are out on the streets. Money. Telling you, I think all these politicians, they need to be, you want to reset, let's get it going. Let's get it on. Reset them all. All the positions. Let's put new people in. Fresh. All of them. No career politicians. Not dumb people, but they can be educated in politics, but nobody needs to have been there. This has got, I don't know. See, I just think it's just so too crazy at this point in time. It's unfixable. I mentioned that. Somebody commented on the video last night I did. I caught a brief sentence, like the first few words, and I haven't gone to go check that, and I will. But I think it was something to at least those first few words gave me the impression that they were saying that maybe it's not meant to be fixable. Maybe it's supposed to be the way it is. So I'll have to go and see it in its entirety. Because I can see how things are, when I say that things are unfixable and then somebody says, well, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, I can agree, because I feel like to say that I'm making it known that by knowing that I become aware. It's what made me aware. It made me look onward and see beyond. Maybe I wouldn't have seen the thoughts, the places that my mind is carried to, if I were not in this world, this moment right now that seems unfixable. So I get that, totally. Again, I'll have to go back, either when I finish this stream or tomorrow in the morning. It's after midnight here. $600 stimulus check. Trump says 2,000. That's what he wants. Which I'm sure that the people, for the most part, don't have a problem with that. I see beyond it all, and I recognize that this money is... It's not free money. It's a debt to this nation. It all adds to the death of this nation. The end. Bankrupt, whatever you want to call all of it. So in that regard, I have concerns. But I get it, though. I mean, it's easy for the people to overlook all that. You know, I'll think about that when I get there. Right now, give me the money. $600, $1,200, $2,000, whatever they wind up coming to. I think that they should give you $2,000, though. I will say that, if not more. I think that the people do deserve it. But at the same time, the government that's been there needs to be removed. It's because it's not working. It's a big ripoff. It's all money. I mean, when you got companies, corporations standing in line to oppose legislation that would prevent these corporations in conducting their business with slave labor, then you got to know something ain't right. That's not right. And if you think that's right, then you need to leave the country. Because that's what this country is about. We went to war about this, so I can say that. I know what I'm talking about. This country wants nothing to do with slavery. So why is it that corporations are lobbying to see that this legislation does not pass and get all the votes that it needs to not pass, or to prevent the votes? That's unreal. I mean, are you awake? Are you aware of these things that are going on around you? What do you think about that? That there are big name companies that you are very familiar with, you use, and their mindset is they should have the right to be able to use slaves to make the products and services that you use and enjoy. Again, if that's the person you are, you feel the same way, then I feel like you need to get up and you need to move to those countries, along with all the people at the top of these corporations that want to pass this, to see this legislation not passed. Y'all need to move to these countries where you can do and live such a philosophy. I mean, that makes all the sense to me. I don't think it's extreme at all. It's a very real way of dealing with a problem. Because it's a problem. It's a very big problem right now in this country. Trying to come down to the earth, be grounded. I get out there and I start talking about intelligence and God and the music thing. Let me just quickly say that as far as intelligence goes and communication, I feel that everything that happens to me, around me, is a part of this communication that is happening. I feel it's happening with everybody. And it takes two to tango. So if you're not tangoing, then there's no conversation. There's no understanding and awareness taking place between what I am calling God, intelligence. Oh, my shirt. Just to remind you, 5G. Don't need it. And yeah, I don't want to go on to that in this stream. I don't have me going for another hour on that. 5G. Okay. I think let me go ahead and stop those. Remind you once again to wake up, stand up, and speak up. Share the message. Share a message. Let others know that you're awake. You see the world and are aware of it. You're not laid out on the bed. You're not under the sheet. You're standing up. So you got the best view. And what you should be seeing should be disturbing you. And if you're a human being with feelings, emotions, caring and compassion, then you should be able to have something to say. It shouldn't take too much. It shouldn't take too long before you have something to say. And you should be saying it. I'm a firm believer that we are all one. We're all connected. That nobody is left behind. To me, any thought other than that is imperfect. Everyone and everything is all connected and is all valuable endlessly to itself and each other. Okay. I will be back in another stream. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I imagine I'll probably be here. I'm not going anywhere. You can't go anywhere. Not supposed to. And I will stream for another hour or so. My thoughts, I will ramble, and share a possibility. I'm dreaming reality. That's what I'm doing right now. Always. I think that's what I'm reaching for. That if I were to look at it like evolution, change, that just seems the logical step forward, onward. I will return. Till then, be well and smile. And thanks for stopping by.